Most singers dream with mastering those high notes. The higher, the better. We get amazed at singers like Dimash and Mariah Carey in Ariana Grande for those super high notes that they can reach, and we all want to get there when we sing. And if you are watching this video, maybe you have already been trying to work on them. Maybe you have been watching some videos about it, or maybe you have been working with your singing teacher. And so in this video, I want to share with you what is the best way to practice your high notes for maximum efficiency. This video is not so much about what to practice exactly, but how you practice and what kind of scales you can do, what kind of speed should you use to make it much easier for your body to have you produce those high notes. By the way, my name is Jorgelina. I'm a vocal coach and I specialize on teaching how to sing contemporary music from a healthy and functional approach. So let's dive into it. There are 3 things today that I want to talk about that are gonna make it much easier for you to achieve those high notes if you want to sing a song that maybe it's a little bit out of your range. So the way you want to practice is you want to, of course, we practice scales. That's how we practice through vocalizations, of course. That is how you train your instrument. But I'm gonna talk about 3 things that are gonna make it better. The first thing is speed of the scale. The second, the length of the scale, and thirdly, what vowels and sounds you use to sing that scale. And I'm going to break this down one by one. So first thing is speed of the scale. If you are working on your high notes, you want to practice fast scales. It's going to be much easier for you. Make sure that you are using a scale. I'm going to tell you a little bit later on what kind of scales to use, but you want to use scales that you know quite well, that you can do them very quickly. So don't just try a random scale that you haven't tried yet. If you never practiced the 1.5 scale before, for example, then don't try to get it right the first time and quickly, because it's a hard scale. So make sure that you put time into learning the scale properly without going up and down, just in a range that is comfortable for you. Although, of course, if you are practicing the 1.5 scale, it's already a long scale and it takes a wide range already. So any key that you practice it is going to be a long range to go back. Secondly, length of scales. Choose long scales. So I already hinted at that in the first point. The short scales, such as the 3-tone or the 5-tone, they are more designed to build your chest muscle. They are slow scales. They build the muscle up. They are really good for that. We need longer scales and scales that maybe have a little bit more distance between the intervals. So for example, the 1.5 scale, this one, hopefully you can hear it from here. If you have seen those videos or audios about Michael Jackson practicing the lip trills, that's the scale he was doing. The scales like that are gonna work well. So the third point is what vowels and consonants to choose. Of course, the sounds you use are going to have an effect on your voice and are going to either help you get those high notes or making them more challenging. And you might use both depending on what part of the training you are in, of course. If you are just discovering your head voice, the ooh is a really good sound to kind of discover that higher register in a more safe way. The E is also a good vowel for it, and not so good vowels when you are just starting to expand your register. And A and O, not so good. E, I would also not the best ones, but U, probably the best option. And in second place, I would say the E. So you can do combinations like we as well. And I'm not too much of a fan of using consonants when you're just starting, because they do interfere with your flow of sound. And when you are just starting singing, you want to spend some time kind of transforming your speaking instrument into a singing instrument, of course, when you're gonna sing. And both instruments are good, just let's not mix them. Consonants are gonna make it a little bit harder for you to be able to switch from speaking to singing. Of course, for singing we do use consonants, but when you are starting to build the instrument, they can make it a little bit more slow, the progress. This is where a lot of methods actually will not agree with me. I know it, but sometimes I will use consonants in specific cases. And so, for example, when someone really pushes the voice and everything is super tight, sometimes just to make the airflow a little bit more easy, you could use a consonant such as an S or an F. So you could say, for example, foo, if you are used to tighten everything and you try to go ooh, then a little bit more flow of air can help you, like foo or soo. So you can try those. But if you are a person that tries to like everything, just try to avoid consonants that are more close, like k, p, all those consonants that really block the airflow. So that's it. It's a very short video today, but hopefully that was helpful. You can use this tips when you are practicing a song that is a little bit out of your range, and you can practice those higher parts with these sounds. Even better, you can use scales to train your voice for that before you approach a song, because scales of course are going to train your voice in a more organized way, and you're going to be saving time. If you like this video, subscribe and like it, and if you want any other topic covered, let me know, and I'll see you next video.